Guys, this is a big week for us as we're playing against Clemson this week. It is a rematch game for us as they embarrassed us last year, beating us in like triple or quadruple overtime. It was a crazy game, but this year they're kind of on a little bit of a down streak at 3-2 right now, sitting at third on that side of the Atlantic side of the ACC. And we're sitting at 5-0 right now. But, I mean, they're still a 99 offense and a 97 overall. So we're going to have to play pretty lights out if we're going to want to beat them, especially as the away team. We're picking to receive first. And we're going to try to make a new rule here that we're only going to be able to return kicks that are basically at the goal line or out of it. So we don't have so many kick return for touchdowns like we have been lately. But this stadium is crazy. It is loud and people are ready for it. And that's a good throw to Christian Horn, who's going to get a good move and pick up the first. Good throw from Matt Smith for the first throw of the game. We really need Matt to show up in a big way this week if we're going to want to be competitive against these guys. Another huge hit from number 17. Whew. Good thing it's not the new wear and tear system yet, because that'd be nuts. Eli Wilson is going to break a tackle. Okay, Eli, can he outrun him? And he's going to get a nice stiff arm, and it's a 45-yard gain for Eli Wilson. I was not expecting that, but okay, we'll take it. The big man putting in some work. 1st and 10 then. We're going to have a little option on the screen and just going to lose yards. Nate Noel is not quite fast enough yet to get out of that one. Let's see if we can try to run a little bit more option this time, as Matt Smith is going to get a nice gain up the middle and he gets 10 yards. He just barely someone got a hand on him there before he got into the end zone. OC has a good play call set up for us here, but on 3rd down, the crowd is going crazy. And just going to have to... we couldn't quite get it to throw away. That's unfortunate. I tried to wait just a half second, but the linebacker was going to jump that pass if I threw it. So we'll see if we can go up and just get 3 points, and we will. So we are up 3-0. That's a good first drive for us. Just trying to get some momentum. But wow, Miami lost again. They are just embarrassing me right now as a Miami fan. They just can't get it together. I don't know how they're still ranked. But Cade Klubnik is coming back out here. Last year, he really had a solid game against us, winning that game in a bunch of overtimes, being super clutch for them. We'll see how he does today. I'm pretty much fully expecting to have Karen White on a QB spy pretty much for the duration of this game. And that is going to be a good throw. But man, Ronald Clark just nailed him. Troy Stiletto got his... Troy just got rocked. I mean, our safety duo is hitting hard right now. That is going to be a quick throw to Stiletto, and he's going to break a couple tackles and get taken down by Brendan Harrington. Bringing everybody down. Expecting a good play from Paul Pittman as he shoots the gap and gets him. It's a 3rd and short. I've really been super pleased with how Paul Pittman's been playing too. I mean, our front 8 has been actually doing fantastic. Ryan Simmons is going to shut the door, and it's 4th down. Excellent TFL from him. So good defensive hold from us. We're going to see if we can go back up on offense and get something else done here. Oh, we got stuck on our own lineman. That looked so good too. 2nd down and 9. Going to be handing the ball off again to Nate, and he took a big hit. You don't want any injuries this week, guys. 3rd down again. The crowd is back into it again. See what we can pick up here. And, we just couldn't get it off. Oh, we had a guy too. That's so unfortunate. So that 1, 2, 3 was not what we wanted. And they are going to run the ball. They're going nowhere. Ryan Simmons again with a TFL. They just can't get anything going so far. Overall, I mean, I've really been loving the way our young guys have been playing so far this season. I've been pretty impressed with them. And that is a good gang tackle. They get 6 out of it, but we do get them wrapped up, so that's all that I can ask for. 3rd and medium. Going to just run off with it, and it's intercepted by Paul Pittman. That's a fantastic interception from the linebacker. Like I said earlier, Paul Pittman's been a pleasant surprise, and he just continues to improve every single week. I mean, that draft class, Mike Mayhew, Ryan Simmons, and Paul Pittman all in the same class, that's a pretty deadly class. We've been utilizing them all pretty consistently so far since getting them. I'm not sure if I'm leaving anybody else out from that draft class. I'm pretty sure I am leaving at least somebody else out from that draft class, but those are the 3, probably biggest names right out the gate. That's a perfect pass to Dalton Stroman. He's going to be fast enough to take this thing to the end zone. A perfect play. Wow, 47 yards. Dalton Stroman is having a breakout season this year. So after the huge touchdown play from Dalton Stroman, it's back on defense for us. And they are just going to run right at us for a huge gain of 7. Look there at Jesse Billings, the corner, getting in on that tackle on that last play. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty, and I like that for a corner, especially for an outside corner. It's really nice, and that's so unfortunate that Shelton Dennis is going to get manhandled by the offensive lineman, and he's going to get a huge 37-yard gain. I think it actually might have been a tight end, not an offensive lineman, which just still stinks, but that is going to be a great play. Joel Dowdle's going to get him for a loss. Just trying to see if we can get some big hits on Cade Klubnik early to make him have to change his play style potentially. But just another 2-yard gain, and now Jarvis Green's getting up slow. But at the end of one, I don't know how we're up 10-0 already, but we are. But Clemson's pretty close to scoring right now. 3rd and 9. They are going to throw it, and it's dropped. I don't know if it was dropped or deflected, but whatever it was, Jesse Billings on the coverage, and it's 4th down. We're going to expect a fake here. Come out in some man coverage set. The kick is up, and he missed it. Wow, how do you miss a kick that close? Especially for Clemson. The rain must be getting to him because he barely missed it. Part of me wants to try to capitalize on this by just going for like a home run immediately. But I don't know if that's the best decision, as we're just going to... Oh, no. Okay. I thought we could lob it over him a little bit more than that, but that was terrible. Yeah, let's not try to make any of those passes ever again, especially when he's still that close. But we'll have a good run up the middle for Nate Noel for 7 to make this a 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and 3. Gonna throw it. It's oh, Vince Daniel dropped it. It was a perfect pass. So far, we've only allowed 70 yards on this Clemson 99 overall offense. They are going to run the ball again with their quarterback, and Milan Tucker is going to get a 4-yard TFL. He was not fooled at all on that read option. 2nd and long. They're going to have to start getting some deeper pass plays in here because this read option stuff that they're doing is just not working super well. Another loss on the play as it's 3rd and 15 now. We're going to commit to the pass here, expecting it to be something like that. And that is what? Guys? How did you both miss that? I want to see that replay again. Did they not even attempt to make a tackle and they both ran into him? Apparently not. Okay. I'm just completely speechless from that one. I don't know what happened. And they're going to get another 5 yards. Jarvis Green's getting up slow like the whole game. He's taking some hits. Coming out in some sort of wildcat here. So we're coming out in our Tampa 2 coverage style with a QB spy, and they're going to break a tackle, and barely Brendan Harrington gets a stop on that. Oh my goodness, that was a touchdown. All they literally had to do on that one was basically break one more tackle, and it would have been to the house. That is just another fantastic run. I can't stop them running right now. I think we'll possibly try a little bit of 3-3 instead of 4 down linemen and see if having some extra linebackers helps us with a little bit more speed to get around there. That's going to be a perfect defensive play from Shelton Dennis. That was excellent play from Shelton. He just literally took away like 3 routes all by himself and gets the pick. This man is an absolute legend. So we'll see if we can strike while the iron is hot. Don't know if we'll be able to, as we're just going to have to run out of bounds to try not to take a hit and gain 3. See if we can give Noel the ball on this counter play. And that's a great juke move. He made 3 people miss. Was able to barely get tripped up but got the first. Nate Noel has been having a pretty solid year this year. I see that he has had 11 touchdowns so far through 5 games. And that's putting him pretty much on pace to be right up there with Cameron Peoples' amount of touchdowns. Right now, kind of Matt Smith dominates the yardage just because sometimes those read options allow you to get so much more yards on him. Oh, it's so close to a 1st down, though. I like our numbers here for an opportunity, and Noel's just going to run up the middle and get 5. Also, this read option play is potentially really nice, too, having that lead blocker. And though he missed, but we'll get 12 and a first, so that's still a good solid run, and we're keeping the chains moving. 1st and 10 as we are driving. We're seeing what they can do against this triple option this time. And Matt Smith is going to take a huge shot. I really don't like to see hits like that on the quarterback, so we're going to see if we can try to come back to passing a little bit here first. And he's just going to get sacked immediately. Didn't even get out of my 3-step drop. Jeez, he came in free. 3rd and 19. See what we can pick up over the middle. It's going to be a good throw. Vince Daniel's going to make the catch, and it's a first down. He had him wide open over that cover 2. Looked like some sort of zone. Now that it's 1st and goal, we're probably trying to run a little bit more of this clock down because we want to score, but not too fast. And man, they're just laying hits right now on us. Next play, we'll try to just dump this thing off to Christian Horn. He gets stuck on the offensive line, just can't get by him. He had a wide open space for that touchdown too. See if good old slants work here at the goal line. Basically, just gonna have to run with it, and he's gonna get in. Matt Smith just barely tiptoes down the sideline to get in and put us up by 17 now at almost the half. I imagine they'll just be airing it out here to see if they can get down the field. Gonna be a good throw. That was an excellent dot from Cade Klubnik to pick up 19 in a first. They're apparently challenging this, but it looks pretty close. I think he got his heel, though, in. So we'll see what they said. They only looked at the replay one time. They're going to reverse it. Wow, apparently that was not it. So apparently after that not being a thing, they're going to be going for a screen, and he's just going to pick up a few yards, just 4. 3rd down and 6. You would assume they should be passing the ball most likely. They're kind of running the clock out, though, to be honest, and I'm not really sure what the point of that is if they are going to be throwing the ball on this down, risking a chance of throwing an interception. But that is going to be a complete pass. He's going to break 2 tackles, and he's pretty close. If they wouldn't have ran the clock out, they'd have a whole lot more time, but they did, so I'm not really sure what the game plan is here. They called a timeout so that they get a little extra time. They're going to just spike the ball. 25 seconds left in the half. Throws it to Milan Tucker, and he almost intercepts it. It's a big drop, though. I'm wondering if this 3-2-6 formation is probably even better for us currently. And let's see what they do again. They throw the ball. Oh, it's wide open. That's absolutely wide open over the middle. So apparently wondering if that was better was not the right answer, because it is not better. They are going to throw to the sideline and pick up a few out of bounds with 12 left. What we know is they absolutely need the touchdown. That is a for sure given that they absolutely need. Wide open. Joel Dowdle got destroyed by Ronan, and he just demolished him for a touchdown. That route bounce he had went to the corner and then just cut right back upfield and was completely wide open. We figured we wouldn't hold them forever on there, as they're going to get their first touchdown, as we're cutting the lead down to just 10 now. So at the half, it is 17-7 us, as Clemson will be starting with the ball. Clemson just scored to cut the deficit down a little bit, so we'll see what they do on the next time, as Sheldon Dennis is going to get a good TFL. And looks like they're going to go right back to this like read option style. They are just living and dying by it all day. Another TFL for Brendan. 3rd and long. Going to get sacked from Mike Mayhew as he just tried to go up in the pocket too much. It's going to bring up a 4th and long. Try a little bit of play action here on this one. Gonna have a wide open throw to Deshaun Davis. The play action destroyed him, and that's a huge touchdown to put us back up. Matt Smith is having a fire day for 7 for 9 for almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Deshaun Davis also having a huge catch. Gonna do their own play action fake of their own, and they're gonna have a nice pass. Jesse Billings got completely beaten by that one. Good chance for the comeback route there, as Jesse was just going completely to the other side of town. I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit, see if we can call a cover 4. We haven't called one in a little bit. Just to kind of throw them off a little bit. I might press us a bit. But Mike Mayhew's going to make a great play on the ball. 2nd down and 7, as they've just been living and dying by the run pretty much today. As they're just going deep, and Jesse Billings is going to drop the pick, as that could have been another interception for him. 3rd down and 7, you would assume they're going to be passing the ball here. Going to be having a great throw, actually, and that's a good pickup for the first. Antonio Williams, is that his first catch? Yeah, that was his first catch that we allowed now. Antonio's rated their #1 wide receiver right now, so I'm kind of surprised it took him as long as it did to get his first catch. We've just been playing pretty good on him defensively, I guess. Another good tackle from Brendan to save a much bigger gain. Might be kind of fun calling a blitz here, just to kind of see what happens. And that is a good time to call it, as they tried to run with it and didn't get anything at all. Lost a yard from Paul Pittman. If it wasn't for that 50-something yard run earlier, we'd kind of be bottling up their run game. But they had that one good run, and since then, we've been kind of bottling them up. Another huge TFL, and it's 4th down. Not sure how Matt Smith is not hot currently. Don't know if they're just so good at their crowd that they're able to... Oh, that's a good play to Caden Robinson, but their crowd noise just must be so good it keeps resetting them. But that's a huge, huge play for 17 yards on 1st down. See if we can hit him with another one of these read option plays, and just going to take a hit, so we'll just try to go right on, take the contact so we don't get leveled. 2nd down. Gonna have to run with it and just kind of probably throw that out of bounds. I don't want to take another shot. Looks like they're pressing somebody here on the outside, which is a little interesting, but just kind of can't get that off. We were going to have to scramble out left if we were going to get that open, and we're just going to have to punt it. So unlucky we didn't get any points off of that last possession, but we can't get points on every possession. That would be too insane. So we are going to just try to go back to stopping them on the ground game, because that's literally all they're doing right now. I feel like they've only thrown 10 passes in this entire game. I feel like everything's been all run all the time. What was that, Cade? 3rd down and 8 then. Gonna have some people coming over the middle, and he's gonna get sacked. Mike Mayhew gets in again. I think we knew who he was gonna throw to over the middle, and he was gonna get picked by Shelton Dennis if he tried to throw that one. So after a couple in a row here of just making sure nobody gets anything on defense, but Christian Horn's gonna get a nice catch over the middle for 24 yards. 1st and 10, then we're gonna fake it, and that's just an immediate sack. Probably a little bit too many of these play-action fakes against the Clemson defense. Immediate shed. Jeez. 2nd down and 17. Gonna throw it. Can he get there in time? Dalton Stroman's gonna make the catch. Perfect bullet pass to barely get there in time. That is just a huge pickup over the air, as they had a nice little press coverage, but it wasn't enough, as it was zone coverage and not man, so we were able to exploit it. Got to do our best to put up points here. If we can put up points, there's going to be a lot of pressure on this team then. And Noel is going to be able to bounce it outside and get a nice 5-yard gain. We haven't tried one of these toss plays in a while, but I kind of want to try it. I don't know if it'll work. Nope, absolutely did not. We lose 6. That was a terrible choice. I feel like sometimes they just work so well, but other times they're just terrible. So 3rd down now. We'll see what we can do, and we're just going to have to throw that one away. That was perfect coverage. I really would have had to force that one, and we'll just take our field goal. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle, and we are up by 3 more. So at least after getting that field goal, we were able to push it to a 3-possession game. That is big for us heading into almost the 4th quarter now. And they're going to throw that one, and it's a good throw. Right now, they kind of found that mismatch. Joel Dowdle against whoever the 4th receiver is kind of a mismatch currently. And that is going to be a good tackle from Ronald Clark and company, and they're only getting 2. They're going to run the ball. And that's a big hit on the running back. Shelton Dennis laid the hammer. 3rd and 5. This is a big, big possession for them to try to put up something here, and it's going to be a big hit on Troy. And Shelton's going to hold him to a 4th down and inches. And they are going to run with it, and Brendan's not quite gonna get it. He was able to fight for the first. Oh, that was so close. Tried to run a little 2-man zone, little press coverage, make everybody closer to the line of scrimmage, but it was not enough to do much there, and that one's almost getting intercepted by Paul. And then we'll see what they have on second down, and they're just going to throw that one away. Good coverage by us. Are we able to keep them out? Are we able to beat this Clemson team? We're trying to get a revenge from them beating us earlier last year, and that's a good throw over the middle, and Ethan Johnson got beat. Just a, second time today at all he's even had a catch? Guess we just can't quite bottle him up forever, but we were able to bottle him up for a little while. And they're going to throw to the corner route again, and he luckily drops it. Second down and 10. Going to throw that one, just a quick little curl, but it's not enough for the first, but they do make it manageable on third. Try a little 3-3 again for this one. See what happens. Hopefully they don't run the ball, because they might. They did. And Ronald Clark's going to do it. Great job, Ronald Clark, to show some senior leadership and get that tackle. That was a very, very big tackle to make the big pressure on Clemson right now to stay in this game. Trying to push him out a little bit just because of that out route. Gonna throw it, and it's a turnover. An excellent tackle from Jesse to be able to hold him barely short. I feel like that could have been challenged, but they're not going to challenge it, so that is big for us. We're going to try to just see if we can hike this one quick so that they can't challenge it. And we're just going to power forward for 5 with Nate. Don't really want to be too complacent early because we definitely want to still try to score. And Matt Smith is going to have a great run. The spin move might have been a little bit early, but he's able to get the first down. We're going to have to start seeing if we can run some of this clock down as Nate Noel is going to power forward for 8 more. Excel clock has officially been turned on. See if we can get this one out of here. That is going to be a good run with Matt Smith up the middle for another good amount of yards. And we're up to 84 yards rushing now on the day. Continuing to try to run the clock down. We're going to cut back upfield, and Nate Noel's going to get 10 yards and a first. We're hoping very well that we're going to be able to just run the rest of this thing out. And Noel is going to fall forward for 9. He's just averaging a fantastic amount here in the fourth quarter. Down to 3 minutes left. That's a good TFL. That's a real good TFL from Wade. I think if we get this first, we should be able to run the rest of it out. But not gonna be able to, and it's 4th and 2. Gonna run it down a little bit and then try to kick our field goal, which we will make and push the lead to even more. And we'll see what they have in store. And okay, that was probably the best throw of the day. Cade Klubnik just straight through a laser right over top of a 6'7" safety. And that is going to be another sack. Is that Mike Mayhew again? Mike Mayhew with his 3rd sack of the day. Excellent. And they're going to try again, and it's almost intercepted to Joel Dowdle. 3rd and 18 now. Pretty much the whole ball game here, and they are going to pick it up. Troy Stiletto has been the man for them today on offense, as he has been the main reason they've been even moving the ball, period. But I don't know if Clemson just did not come ready to play today or what it was, but they just did not seem to have the same fight that we had. And that is going to be a great play to who else but Troy Stiletto again for 34 yards. Troy is averaging almost 17 yards of reception, which is ridiculous. And they're going to just throw that into super tight coverage. That's a bad throw. 2nd down and 10. Gonna throw it to Brendan Harrington, and that might be a pick 6. I don't know if he's fast enough, though. Cade Klubnik is extremely fast for some reason, and he is going to catch him, but that's going to end this one right here. A terrible throw from Cade Klubnik as he throws his 3rd interception of the day, and especially in the red zone when they're trying to have a chance to come back. So that is going to end it after the turnover. We're able to just run the rest of it out, and we beat Clemson 30-7. It was pretty tight for most of it, but they just couldn't score, and they just couldn't keep us from scoring enough points to be able to steal that win, I guess. But it just seemed like they weren't prepared for that game. They weren't ready to fight against Matt Smith, as he was able to kind of tear him apart through the air, and then we were able to just kind of run the ball and play safe the rest of it, since we had built a lead and weren't really threatened by them scoring offensively. But game stats, I mean, yeah, we literally only threw 14 passes, but had 235 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then on the ground, Nate Noel led with 61 yards, and Matt Smith ended up having only 23, mainly because he got sacked a handful of times, and that kind of depleted his yards. But Dalton Stroman, again, he's having a solid season. Like, this is probably his breakout year right now, as he had 76 yards and a touchdown, and Deshaun Davis had a nice 53-yard bomb as well. Brendan Harrington showed up today in the tackle sheet, and Mike Mayhew and Ryan Simmons, as always, showing up with the TFLs. But Mike Mayhew added 3 sacks. He's only got any sacks today, but got 3 of them, which is nuts. Same with 3 interceptions. We had Shelton Dennis, Brendan Harrington, and Paul Pittman all had interceptions, which was super clutch for us, and had a handful of deflections as well. So after beating Clemson, Matt Smith jumped up from 5th to 3rd in the Heisman. What do you guys think? Is he going to win the Heisman this year? We're up to number 6 in the country now, and we're playing against North Carolina, who beat us last year once. Guys, Drake May is injured. He's out with a dislocated elbow for 4 weeks. That's just going to be crazy. The fact that Drake May is injured in this game significantly should make this game easier for us, because they're a 95 overall offense. And they're without their 99 overall quarterback. So, I mean, no wonder they're sitting at 4-2 right now. We got to be repping the all yellow today, guys, as we are just getting pumped for this matchup. Going to get up against number 19 North Carolina in this one. And we are just going to run the ball up for a few yards to Matt Smith. Matt Smith in our last game against Clemson really tore it up and had a solid day on the ground, making himself even higher in the Heisman race. And Christian Horn's going to have a nice catch for 26 yards after the perfect touch pass from Matt Smith. What do you guys think? Does Christian Horn or Dalton Stroman, do one of those guys get 1,000 yards receiving this year? We have not had a 1,000-yard receiver yet so far in any of our seasons, let alone this one right here. So, I mean, we have 2 guys that might be able to do it. But Matt Smith had a nice gain there on the triple option. This time we'll let Dalton Stroman get a shot at running here, and he just takes 2 up the middle. 2nd down now. It looks like we had Dalton Stroman there, but we're just going to run the ball with Matt Smith and just go out of bounds. That's kind of a late hit, though, but a huge gain of 15 for him to move the chains. We were hoping they were going to break off a little bit sooner so that we could just dump it off basically for a free touchdown, but instead, we're just going to have to run with it. So, and Matt Smith's getting up a little bit slower, so we might have to chill with him for a little bit. 2nd down now. Going to throw quick to Stroman, and he's in for a touchdown. That's the 7th touchdown of the season for Dalton Stroman, as he is just going off this year. So it's time to see how this backup quarterback for North Carolina does. I don't know if we fought against him yet. Simpson. It's going to be a quick pass that's kind of terrible. Ty Simpson just threw that into like double coverage. Good thing it was incomplete. We have a couple of recruits coming to this game. They are mainly concerned with our offensive stats. We have an offensive lineman, we have a tight end, and we have a quarterback coming into this game. And that should be a penalty. Yep, I was going to say, he basically came out from their sideline. So we'll accept that, and they'll be back more yards. So far, Ty's decision-making has not been the best decision-making for him to see what kind of offense he's going to have, and he's just going to get sacked. Needed to get rid of that a whole lot sooner, and Deshaun McKnight's going to get another sack. I believe that's his 15th sack of the season. So you have mainly all offensive players that are here currently visiting in this game. So hopefully we'll be able to tear him up offensively. 2nd down and 6. Come up with a play action fake. And nope, just going to have to dump that one off as he is not fast enough to get past the corner. And we're just going to take the incomplete. I feel like we've been using this double pivot play a whole lot less this year. And wide open Christian Horn. He just left him there completely wide open. So we'll go ahead and take those 20 yards. See if we can beat somebody here on a corner route. Looks like we will, and it is 1st and goal. And on the next play here, we'll throw a nice little corner to Christian Horn. He drops it in the back of the end zone. Oh, that was a good throw too. 2nd down and goal. For the quick throw to Deshaun Davis, and he's in for the touchdown. We saw the blitz coming, and we just needed to buy enough time to get the pass off, and we were up by 2 scores early. I don't know, guys. This team might be one of the best teams I've ever constructed in my life. And that is going to be a 2-yard gain as he breaks a tackle, but not enough for more. I'd be interested to know what weakness you guys think this team has. I think it's just too many turnovers we occasionally have, but that is a massive shot Shelton Dennis just demolished that man. But yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think is one of the weaknesses of this team. Because, I mean, it really is just the kind of the inconsistency with throwing picks. But other than that, we just dominate on both sides. I'd say our defense has really come alive the last, couple weeks for sure, especially even into last season. It's been just a big, big difference as we've been locked down. Then, we added some young guns and Jesse Billings, Paul Pittman, Shelton Dennis. Like, we've added some star players that really, really also help. And that is an interception from Paul Pittman. Can he get an interception for a touchdown? He's going to get a pick six. Paul Pittman, who I literally just mentioned, was breaking out. Just got a pick six against the young Ty Simpson, and this game might be blowing out immediately. So after the huge pick six from Paul Pittman, I mean, this game could potentially be not great. That is going to be incomplete. Milan Tucker barely got there in time to knock that one loose. So far, I've not been super impressed with Ty Simpson. That is going to be a good throw, but he dropped it, and it's incomplete, 3rd and 10. Guys, Ty Simpson's a 95 overall. I mean, apparently this guy is not a scrub. I don't know why he's playing like he is right now. Our stadium just must be fierce for trying to not, allow any points. Our crowd just must be going crazy. So 1st and 10 back on offense again, and we're just going to have to run with it. As Matt Smith has a lot of room, and he'll go out of bounds after 15 yards. They just had everybody in man coverage, and no one was looking at the quarterback, so we'll just take that all day. A lot of times it's just a matter of taking what the defense gives you, and if they're going to give you a free 15 yards, you take that free 15 yards. Noel is going to get a good run up the middle for a good 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 then. Oh, we just have to throw that one away. Just barely got that one out before we got sacked. Try a screen pass here on the next play, and they read that one from the beginning, and it's going to be a punt. It really looked like the D tackle was going in, but he fooled me bad there, and I was able to just dump it off in time for them to make a TFL. We have only allowed 11 yards so far at the end of almost the first quarter. So after the nice punt, we get them to the 10-yard line to start their next drive, as their pressure really needs to be on because they need to be doing something here if they're going to do anything here. That's a good throw over the middle to Kobe, and they're going to get 18 and a first. I mean, I guess now knowing his overall's that high, I don't really want to be blitzing this guy. I was going to try to continue to rattle him, but I feel like he will destroy us if we do that. That is going to be a huge interception. I've never seen that interception animation before. Did he just one-hand intercept that? Ronald Clark just read that like a book. Yeah, he got a one-handed toe tap. That was smooth. Ronald Clark just literally read that all the way, and it was such a good play defensively to be able to get the ball back after they had momentum from getting 1 first down. 2nd down and short. We're going to scramble out again. Gonna have a good throw to... Oh my lord, Eli Wilson just got airborne. I'd love to get Deshaun Davis in some of these jet touch situations. He's such a good return man. It's such a shame he doesn't get much yards on this. But he gets 8 out of it. We'll take that. So at the end of 1, this one he's threatening to get out of hand. 21 zip as we were in the red zone as well. Have Kanye Roberts come out here and see what he can do, as he will pick up the first with a nice run for 3. 1st and 10 then after the pickup, as they're just gonna leave him with some space, and he'll get knocked out at about the 3-yard line. Give him a little read option situation, and we will just take this one in for the touchdown, and we're up 28-0. 29 yards allowed is all. One of the things I just realized is that I don't think Matt Smith's ever lost in his career at this point, and I'm kind of questioning if Ryan Berger has ever lost in his career as well, as that's something you guys might have to find out. That's a huge play, and Culliver's going to take that thing all the way to the end zone. An excellent out route for 75 yards for Chris Culliver. He torched Milan Tucker, and that was a terrible play. Bad angle, too, from Shelton trying to make that tackle as the safety. Huge momentum shifter. Yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know. I mean, as far as games that Ryan Berger has actually started, physically started, has he lost any of them? Would be an interesting call. And we're just going to take the sack. He couldn't get the ball out of there. Is it crazy to call a read option play on 2nd and 21? I feel like it kind of is. But yep, it was, because that wide receiver had no blocking ability, and we're going to lose even more. So apparently the coordinator says that this is a setup play, and I think it was a setup for us because we just took an immediate sack. And we're going to have to punt that away from our own 1. So after a weird play that basically the punt bounced off the punt returner's head and bounced in for a huge gain, they start the ball in excellent field position, and they are right on the door. I mean right on the door to being able to put up 14 immediately. And they are going to run with it, and great tackle from Shelton Dennis to make them lose 3. Second down and goal. Again, going to be just running the ball off, but another big hit on the running back, and they're not going to gain much. Third down and goal. They are going to throw a screen pass, and Ronald Clark missed it. And it's a touchdown. Oh, he threw it right at Ronald Clark, and I held triangle for it. That could have been a pick 6. We read that all the way, and look at this man not even attempt to intercept it. That is the stuff you dream about. We had a feeling they were going to be calling a screen, and I knew it from before they even snapped it, and it still didn't work out for us. But we'll get a chance to return with Davis since it is out of the end zone, and he has some room around the corner and just gets shoestring tackled. All the sacks have been absolutely kind of murdering us lately, and we will have so many blockers, but yet we ran into every single one of them and only got 5. Second down and 5 then. Throws it quick to Dalton Stroman, who picks up another 15 in a first. We saw that blitz coming all the way, and we're able to hit them right where they blitzed from. First down then now. Gonna have not really anything open. Now we'll have something wide open, and it's Caden Robinson for a touchdown. Excellent job from Caden to be able to recognize the safety came down, and he route bounced himself back up past the safety, and Matt was able to stop on a dime and hit him in stride for the touchdown. That was an excellent play. So we pretty much answer right back on the nice drive from Matt Smith and company. And that is going to be a good throw over the middle to Brantley, the tight end, and he gains a huge, 30 yards or so on Paul Pittman. Oh my gosh, Paul just got embarrassed. So unlucky, because every time I play on one side of the ball, it's the other side of the ball that's what needs help. Gonna have a throw to Ethan Johnson, who gets the pick. And this could be a decent return, and no, it's going to be a stop, but 3 turnovers now already early for this North Carolina team. As Ethan Johnson holds on to it and just blanketing the receiver. I have a feeling they're going to try to blitz us on first down just because of that turnover. And they do. Oh, it stinks. It was press coverage, so they were still on the line. I couldn't do a quick throw. I like that we even knew what it was and still weren't able to beat him on it. But Eli Wilson's going to get a nice gain, and he breaks a tackle and gets the first. Eli Wilson's having a pretty solid game. He had a nice game last week, too. And only gets 2 there, but all right, we'll take it. Second down and 8. Just kind of can't do that. I'm just going to have to run out of bounds for nothing. We were kind of hoping on that last one that the safety was not going to go low enough there, but he stayed in pretty good coverage, so we weren't able to do much. We'll just have to throw that one away again, as there's just nothing happening. Their blitz pressure is crazy right now. So North Carolina has another opportunity to do something, and it's going to get intercepted by Brendan Harrington. Oh my goodness, 4 interceptions before the half. And then we'll see what happens on the next opportunity for us. Gonna have a nice open receiver to Nate Noel for a huge gain, and we're into the red zone. He was kind of one of my last reads there. I didn't really even expect him at all to be open, but he just kind of made his own route there, and that worked out for me. So 1st and 10 then. Gonna throw a good pass to Vince Daniel, and he drops it. The freshman drops a touchdown there. It's kind of one of those just unfortunate events right there. You don't want to see that. Matt's going to have to run with it, and he'll just get pushed out of bounds for 3. I kind of like this play call here, but I don't know who we have even open. Not much. So we're just going to get pushed out of bounds for nothing, and it's going to be a field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. This is just a super high-scoring half. I mean, when's the last time both of us have scored this many points in a half? It's kind of a ton. And that one is almost intercepted from Shelton. We read that all the way as well, and that could have been another pick 6. I don't know why we're in this man's head so much, but we are really in their head, trying to continue to pump up the crowd. Just going to throw that one away. Good decision, because I was going to get it picked. Going to guess pass again on 3rd and 10. Looks like they're doing the same thing again, but that's going to be a great play from Chris Culliver, as he's been the only one that's been torching us so far. I like how he only has 8 completions, but yet it's for like 183 yards because of some of those insane ones. That is going to be, just a step faster for Dennis, and that could be a pick. They have the light of fire skill active now, so we'll see what that does for them. On 2nd down and 1. Could see them running this. They do run it. And it is going to be, for some reason, whatever that tackle break animation was, made 3 people not be able to even touch him. I don't know if was it just getting some sort of quarterback that's mobile, basically was the difference in making us a powerhouse immediately. You guys have to let me know, what do you think changed? Because, I mean, we've increased the sliders to try to make it more difficult. We moved to the ACC to make it more difficult. And we were struggling in the ACC at the beginning of last year, but still ended up being able to win the Natty. And that is almost an interception from Ethan Johnson. But it seems like pretty much anything we do at this point is borderline successful without having to put too much effort into it. That is going to be thrown and almost intercepted from Joel Dowdle. Kind of surprised that they're actually going for this here. Or going for the field goal here. I would assume you'd be trying to get points out of this. But, I mean, like a touchdown. I know you're going to get 3 out of it, but still. I mean, we have 42 seconds left here in the half, so wouldn't be crazy to at least attempt to get down the field quickly. See, what we can do about it. That could be underthrown significantly, but somehow Caden Robinson will make the catch, and we're going to call our timeout. Was definitely overthrown by quite a bit, but, I mean, it still worked out so far. Oh, that's underthrown again as well. Whoo, we got to stop underthrowing it, man. You had space. 2nd down and 10. We're going to scramble out of the pocket and try to hit him while he was running, but we had to just get rid of it. So after just running the rest of the half out, we're up 38-17 against North Carolina. So if there was any possession that was big, it would be right now, being 21 points down. North Carolina needs to do something, and that is going to be a good completion. That's the start of it. Then on the next play, they're just going to run that one off, and Paul Pittman will be there for a 3-yard stop. But you guys are definitely going to have to let me know what you think changed to make us such a dominant team, because, I mean, it wasn't like it was really something that we recruited, because it kind of happened halfway through last year. Like, it happened once we started Ryan Berger, but it wasn't necessarily even Ryan Berger, because after he went down for the season, I thought our season was kind of up in the air there, but Brady McBride played significantly better at that point too, and we were fine at that point. We'll get a chance to return it with Deshaun, and he's got some space, decent amount of space actually. Actually, quite he got caught. So let's just get back to the basics here. Let's get back to running the ball. Get some momentum here. Build back up. Get a nice little 3 yards on the run. Still need to get to 100 yards for the offensive lineman goal. Kind of surprised from running all this read option this year that teams don't just catch on and start looking at the quarterback. You know what I mean? Making me forced to run with the running back. Not that I'm opposed to running with Nate Noel, but they just allow Matt to take it almost every time. 3rd down and 2. Going to throw a nice little pass to Dalton Stroman, who will get the 1st down. Matt is up to 209 yards passing now. Having a solid day on the ground. Just going to have to dump that one off because we were under some serious heat. We just ran this like fake screen wheel thing, and it kind of looked nice, but not that time because the safety saw it and played it well. 3rd down and 10. Going to have a guy, and he just threw that not fast enough. That could have been picked. I was not looking forward to letting go of that pass. I immediately felt a little uneasy about it, but at least we'll make the field goal out of it. Right now, it's kind of mainly, if it wasn't for all those interceptions that North Carolina threw, I mean, they might be significantly more in this game. That's kind of been the main determining factor right now. Huge play from Mike Mayhew. Great TFL. I know Mike and Ryan both had 20 TFLs last season, over 20 TFLs. Are they going to do that again this year? And they still threw that. Wow, I should have stayed on it. I left just in case. 3rd down and 14, trying to get this crowd into it again for another big down. Oh my goodness. Ethan Johnson. Why? Chris Culliver has 3 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown. That's an insane game against our number 1 corner. That is not what you want to see. I'll say that much. That is not what you want to see. And that is a great find. And he is going to get wrapped up after 24 yards. They are just moving down the field right now. It's kind of a good thing it's not Drake May, because I feel like this could be much worse if it was. They're going to throw it, and oh man, Joel, you got to turn around, bud. Gavin Blackwell is down, taking 2 big hits in 2 different plays in a row. We will expect a pass on this one. It is not a pass, but Ryan Simmons has it all by himself anyway, and that's a 4-yard loss. Ryan Simmons is just excellent at the option by himself, the speed option. He does a great job of putting his hand on the ball to keep the quarterback from being able to pitch it. We'll expect another pass. It is a screen, which we weren't quite expecting, but it's a good tackle from Karen White to keep him from the first. I mean, how much do they think field goals are going to continue to keep them in this game? And that is up and good, and it's back to a 3-score game again. Well, I guess it always was a 3-score game, but now it's just 21 points. Gonna just kind of try to run the ball up the middle, I think, here, and just try to get some yards. Only get 1 there. That's not ideal. Definitely want to get those offensive lineman goals. We need to get some more offensive linemen on this team. And that is a good run from Nate Noel. He's going to fight and get that first. See, like they're finally looking after the running back instead of the quarterback now. And then a huge play again. Number 34 has Caleb Lavalley has just been demolishing our read options in this game. Kind of like where this one is going. It looks like it might be some sort of play. Nope, just got to throw that one away. Takes a big hit though. 3rd down and 12. We're going to expect some sort of a blitz or something. Can we get the ball out across the field? Oh, and Caden drops it. It was a great pass from Matt Smith on the run. Kind of upsetting with the 97 catching from Caden Robinson. Still just wasn't enough to actually successfully complete that. So their defense has been giving us some fits, and we've been having to punt the ball quite a bit. So we'll see what they do this time around. And they are going to throw the ball perfectly to Brantley. And is Shelton Dennis going to be fast enough to make the tackle? We will, but it's a 59-yard gain to the tight end. Brandon Harrington, I don't know what he was doing, but he just got beat. Might have been our fault for moving Shelton Dennis out of his deep blue zone and putting him into a little bit shallower of a zone just in case. But that is going to be good defense. 2nd down and 10. They're going to throw it, and it's almost intercepted again from Joel Dowdle. He just needs a little bit better hands there to catch off the tip. I mean, I'd rather him have just better coverage in general, so we don't have to worry about him having bad hands in the first place. But, you know, I guess I can't be too picky. And they'll just throw it off to Milan Tucker, and oh my goodness, what a hit. What was that? Is it going to show us that replay? No, I'm going to have to look at that replay again. Just going to throw it off to the receiver, and then he just did like a straight up backflip for Milan Tucker. Oh, 4th and 1. Big, important down here, and they're going to have a wide open person over the middle for Kobe for 11. Try to do press coverage and see what it would do to help us out. But it didn't do much. They're going to have a screen play. That's a great call in that situation. I was not expecting that at all. And we had everybody pulled back out of coverage and had nobody on the running back. So that was a fantastic call for them. Definitely took everybody away that could have possibly do anything there and changed their routes to something else. Or coverage assignments, but blah. So we pretty much allowed more points to North Carolina than we've allowed to really anybody in the last couple weeks. Matt Smith gets leveled after the spin move. Oh, goodness. I'd really love if we could stop taking so many massive shots with our quarterback. Would be pretty excellent, actually. We're just going to go up the middle, get another 12, and we'll hit the 100-yard rushing mark. Going to try to hurry it up and see if we can get one more play out of this. Going to have a wide open man. Caden Robinson is completely wide open and gets into the end zone. That's a huge play from Caden Robinson. I don't know what happened, but he was completely wide open. And apparently our fans think we're Idaho. So, I mean, this would still be a rough collapse after capitalizing and getting back to a 21-point lead again. But, I mean, they're still not out of it. North Carolina is fighting hard. Their defense has been playing well enough, I think, for, potentially winning this game. So we need to offensively be with it. And that is going to be a great play from Sheldon Dennis to make him lose 5 yards on a good TFL. This QB, though, Ty Simpson, he's going to throw for, goodness, 500 yards in this game, probably. It's going to be pretty close to that. Ronald Clark is around there, but not enough for it. And they're going to fight and get a broken tackle out of bounds for 15. I just was not expecting them to go for 2 consecutive screen passes. That's what I wasn't expecting. And they're just going to have to throw that one away. It was good coverage that time. Just like after throwing like those 4 interceptions, he's kind of tightened up a little bit, shown a little bit more that he's a 95 overall. Not enough that I would say that for sure he is. And that's going to be a pick 6 from Jesse Billings. Most likely, maybe not. No, he's going to shake off the QB, but he didn't quite get the pick 6. But that was a terrible pass. Literally right as I was saying, he was cleaning up his work too. 5 interceptions is rough for anybody, let alone a 95 overall. That's terrible. And Nate Noel is going to power his way in, and we're up by 28 now. Man, I'll probably give them one more drive here since their offense has been, up and down. If they score again here, we can continue this, but otherwise it'll probably be one of those sim games. And that is Chris Culliver. Oh my God. This man has a second 75-yard touchdown of the day. One on either of our corners now. Oh my goodness. Chris Culliver alone is just a problem. We're going to probably try to run some clock, I would assume, here to try to just get out of this one. Good spin from Nate Noel. First down. Really, the only thing that can beat us right now is too much time on the clock, basically, as that's going to be another good spin move and another first down for Nate Noel. So if we can basically get this thing under 3 minutes left, something like that, this could be another story. Down to under 5 minutes now in this one, and just going to kind of run around here and get just suction cup to the back of his center. But we'll pick up the first. Just trying to continue to run the clock out. And Matt Smith will get a nice little broken tackle and pick up 4. So far, a solid drive for us, knocking down more than 2 minutes so far on this clock. Noel will get a spin, and he's going to fumble the football. And he fumbles the football. Was it Caleb Lavalley or whatever his name is? Lavalley? Oh my goodness. Nothing I can even say about that. Just a fantastic individual effort from him. Oh my word. Wide open. Come on, Joel. And that is it. Oh my word. I knew it was going to go to Chris Culliver too. 5 catches for 229 and 2 touchdowns. That's ridiculous. I'm literally going to go double cover Chris Culliver on every play because I feel like that is where the issue lies. And that's a huge hit. Pick it up. Oh, the offensive lineman got it. Oh, and John Sparks bails him out. It's a nice hit from Brendan Harrington to force that fumble. Second down and 13. Gonna run with it. And he just going to take another big hit. I mean, this is risky on their QB. Doing 2 in a row like that. Going to have a man there. And that is, Ethan almost got there fast enough with this reaction time. Trying to put up another score here on it. And that is a good defensive play from Sheldon Dennis. Going to expect a pass. See what they have. Going to throw to the corner, and Milan barely got a hand on it, but I feel like that could have been picked. I feel like that definitely could have been something there. Going to throw it, and it's almost intercepted by Ronald Clark. 4th down now is the last opportunity. They'll throw to the corner, and it's complete. They get over 500 yards passing, but it's a turnover. I don't know what this play call is. I'm not sure if I enjoy this or not, but we will get a nice little gain. Good defensive hold for us there, basically to pretty much end it. So I'm just going to be running the ball out, and I will see you guys in the next one. So that will end it 55-34. Good defensive game, even though we allowed a ton of points. We were just clutch when we needed to be. but they beat us for a lot of deep plays. So more the defensive backs that were kind of being a little bit too aggressive there on the quarterback, trying to jump some routes. But all in all, a good win. We're not going to be able to keep down this 95 overall offense from scoring points in the first place. So, but Matt Smith, another great game for him. 15 for 28, 285, 4 touchdowns, no picks on the ground. Him and Nate Noel both over 70 yards and a touchdown. Caden Robinson, first time him getting over 124 yards in a game, plus had 2 touchdowns on top of it. Dalton Stroman had a nice outing as well with a touchdown and 54 yards. Shelton Dennis again leading the team in tackles and TFLs, and we only had 1 sack, surprisingly, with Deshaun. But we had plenty of interceptions to go around and plenty of pass deflections as well. But this is one of our most interceptions and pass deflections games probably in the whole series. I mean, it was tied, I think, but it was pretty solid. So after simming the end of that week, we have a couple more commits. Andy Hill, the QB, and James Clark, the corner, as well as Josh Parham, the center, also committed to our school. Looks like we had at least one person be locking us out, though they were only 66. We probably don't really care about that one, but we'll see what the rest of the recruiting looks like. So as we're getting closer to about a little over halfway through the season now, we are ranked number 6 in the country. This is kind of looking at the rest of the teams above us right now. Memphis surprisingly at 7, Utah there at 8, Oklahoma State. See Syracuse is up there at 12, which is kind of crazy. Northern Illinois, Rice. And look at that, guys. Matt Smith is now number 1 in the Heisman after his 5 touchdown performance last week. So looking at the recruiting, some of the players that we got last week, we got Josh Parham, the 3-star center. 68 overall, doesn't look spectacular, but he'll just be redshirted, and hopefully he'll improve during the offseason. Andy Hill, though, we're super excited about. A 4-star, 6'2 athlete. He only has 83 speed, which is a little bit on the slower side. Doesn't super look like a defensive player. He more looks like he could be some sort of a quarterback. He's got solid quarterback stats. He also has some decent running stats, just on a little bit of the slower side. And has okay catching ability as well. Potentially wondering about maybe like, maybe a tight end thing, maybe a slower running back, fullback, something like that. But probably just a backup quarterback, I would assume. That would give us another great option behind Matt Smith for someone who's going to be pretty accurate. Then we have James Clark, and it's going to be interesting to see where he fits. He's 5'9", he's a corner, he's 3-star, and he's 89 speeds, got 80s in his coverage stats, 82 play rec, 90 press. Looks like he could be a pretty solid player. Probably for sure going to be a redshirt the first year to see if he can improve, get a little bit faster maybe. But overall, looks like he might not be too bad. Then just for a sneak peek of some of these other guys, looks like we're probably going to be getting the fullback this upcoming week when they lose another 380, which would be perfect. We'll actually have a legit fullback on our team. Not that he's fantastic, but at least actually have a true fullback. Looking closer and closer to being able to get this Patrick Mathis, especially once we hit that visit. Same here with Matt Miller, getting closer and closer to being able to get him. And for some reason, we're just going to straight up steal this man. Dwayne Rollins, a 79 overall. Nobody even is going for him. Everyone is down. 4,600 points is the nearest person. Plus, we have a visit already scheduled on him. And, I mean, he looks pretty spectacular, I would say. And he's a 5-star running back, the number 1 running back in the entire recruiting board. So, I mean, that's going to be awesome for sure for next year with Nate Noel. And we should be pretty soon getting this Andrew Lowe as well, the 78 overall strong safety. Not extremely quick, but he should be very serviceable. He's got the same speed, just a little less excel than Shelton Dennis has. So these guys could be the 2 guys for a while back there. That is about going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos.